Namaskaram, ladies and gentlemen. This is CA Sudarshan Adad. Hope you are killing it in your studies. So when the result normally comes for CA inter or final, I've noticed certain thing. A majority of students who fail are actually failing for just like 10 to 20 marks. If pass mark is 150, they are getting above 130, but still they are failing. What is the reason behind that? And let me tell you, all these students who get at least like above 130, they actually deserve to pass. The thing is that they have actually studied to get the pass mark, but they are actually failing because of their mistakes. On an average, each CA student who has not done like so much like 5 mock tests, who have not done this lot of mock tests, what the problem is that they'll end up committing a lot of silly mistakes in the examination, and the aggregate of all these mistakes combined from 1 to 2 groups would easily average over 40 to 50 marks. So what if we can save those 40 to 50 marks? Then for at least for one group, it's like 25 to 30 marks. Bro, you will easily, like, that is a mark that you deserve. Why do you want to lose that? And saving that is like very easy. Look, I'll give you practical solutions which I have used in my life, because I'm a person who's like so fast. My brain is so fast. You can see me talking. I'm like, I don't have a script or anything. I'm just talking too fast. That is the person I am. The problem with me is that whenever I'm doing I have this immense amount of writing speed, and because of that reason, I commit a lot of mistakes. For me, completing this paper in a 3 hour is an easy task. But the thing is that I commit a lot of mistakes in that. So I don't want you guys also to do that. If you have this problem of not able to remember something, then also listen to this. Because whenever you committed a mistake and when you're writing examination and you commit the same mistake, why is that? Because you're not remembering that you have committed this mistake, right? So we'll put an end to all of this thing. And the only solution is these 4 things. This is the only solution for that. If you're not following this thing, then you go and do like 5-6 mock tests. But still, I think this is better. I mean, mock test, definitely mock test would improve everything. Mock test, if you want, you can do like 1 or 2 for the subjects. That is purely upon your decision. I'm not saying anything on that. But this is something which I guarantee you that will increase 20 to 30 marks per group for you. Not 20 to 30. I can say like around 50, because it's not only about the mistakes. It's about the revision techniques that I'm going to tell you here. And once you read this, you may have been familiar with these terms like mistake register, board revision, sticky revision, and font picture. But I'm using it in a different way. This is what you have to understand. Watch till the end of the video and get your 30 to 50 marks saved. Don't fail. This will help you pass. You only need 150 marks in an examination to pass, and I can save you like 30 to 40 marks. So you study for the 120 extra. So that's it. So before moving on to the video, guys, this is a new channel. Just subscribe the channel, because the thing is, I support you and you support me back, because that is how it works, right? So this is one request that I'm saying to every one of you. I'm uploading regular videos each and every single day to help you to clear the examination and coming up with everything that is possible, answering every student's queries in my comment box. You just go to any of my videos and search the comment box. I've answered everything in detail, because I want the students who are following me to clear the examination. I know what they've gone through, and because I've gone through and I've done that and I've faced that. So I'm providing a solution for that. Let's without, further ado into something else, let's move directly to the business. So the thing is, first is mistake register. What do you mean by mistake register? It's just like a book like this, like a normal notebook. So you have to have 2 books. If you are giving 1 book for 1 group. If you are having 2 groups, then you have to have 2 books. And I'll tell you how it works. Whenever you're doing a subject, for example, let's take DT or accounts or something, practical papers. In DT, when you're doing DT, you'll commit a lot of mistakes. Or when you're doing accounts, advanced accounts, you'll commit a lot of mistakes, right? Whenever you may take the depreciation rate, you may forget. You may forget to multiply the depreciation into the months. Normally, this is one mistake that everybody commits. Like into 6/12, you forget to do that. And all these are silly mistakes. And because of that reason, depreciation is something which we calculate in the initial answers of the question. And if you miss that, the entire answer is gone. So you may think that you will get 15 out of 15, but what if you will end up getting only 2-3 marks, because you do this one small step mistake. So whenever you're committing a mistake, I'm not going into detail. Whenever you're committing a mistake, when you're practicing stuff, be it in any subject, practical subjects, first I'm telling you, whenever you commit a mistake in any practical subject, take the mistake register that you have, and in the 1 book, I have told you 1 book, from one side you have to write 2 subjects, and from the back side also you have to write 2 subjects. This is how it works. So if you are studying accounts, write accounts here, and accounts the chapter name, and whatever mistakes that you have committed, write it very super short. like depreciation in your mother tongue language. I don't want you to write in English, because whatever languages you just write in that depreciation into 6 by 12. So whatever you're forgetting, just write, circle that with a red tar pen or something and just forget. This is what you forget. And I'll tell you why. So you will have a list of all the mistakes that you do in one revision, and this is one thing that that can save you a second revision or third revision. So the thing is that you create this mistake register, and on the day before examination, not the day before examination, on the exam day morning, on the exam day morning, you keep 30 minutes to 1 hour for this mistake register, and read all the mistakes per subject that you have gone through, every mistakes of all the chapters, every mistake you go through, and then you have it in your memory, in the short-term memory, that I've committed. These are the mistakes that I've committed, and in the examination you'll never commit them. And when you go to the exam hall as well, sitting at the exam hall just like 30 minutes before the examination, take that book again and just go through it, just iron through it again, so you don't commit that mistake again in the examination. So we have written all the mistakes that you have committed. So if you don't commit that in the mistake examination, then easily 40 to 50 marks gain. I mean, this mistake register itself can help you gain like 10 to 20 marks. Then the other 20 marks is this board revision, sticky notes and phone picture techniques that I'll tell you. So hope you got the mistake register technique. Write it down, every mistake that you commit in your preparation, the practical subject, every mistake that you commit, and in the exam day, 1.5 days of the examination, in the exam day morning, you put 30 minutes to 1 hour to revise this, and on the exam hall, just like 30 to 15 minutes before entering the examination, just go through this fast. Done. You'll never commit that mistake because you have it in the short-term memory. We all have the memory of mistakes that we commit, but the thing is that we may not like remember that till the exam day. Like if you commit a mistake today, you may not remember that 20 days after the examination, you may commit the same mistake. That is what we are avoiding with this. Hope you like this technique. So the next we move on to board revision. Board revision means how I used to tell you. I had two boards, one very big board and one small board, and I used to stick it in like two walls. I hang it in one, and if one is here and one is there. And the thing is that whenever I'm studying something, so practical subjects, I have this mistake register that I've told you. I have told you this is mistake register is mostly for the practical subjects. Mistake register is mostly for the practical subject. Board revision is normally for the theoretical subjects. So whenever you are studying, for example, audit is one subject that everybody hates. In every chapter, there may be like 2-3 questions which is very hard for you to learn. For example, just go to the third chapter. If you are CA into risk assessment and internal control, lot of complicated things are there. Or essay, audit sampling essay, another complicated essay, because it's like you have to learn a lot of things. Essay is like easy, but the thing is that you have to memorize that word by word. That is a big difficult, all these complex things. So for all the things which you cannot remember, just buy a small nibbed pen. You go to Amazon or your nearby retail store. Don't buy this kind of a junky normal marker. The problem with this is that this is very big nib and you cannot write too much on the board. Like the thickness is more. So you can buy that small ad gel, ad marker pen you get, ad brands. So that is like small nib, and with that you can like small, you can write it in the board that all the complex theory subjects that's actually difficult for you. And if you don't have time to get the board, then you can just use a white paper and whatever the theory subjects that you're learning. Don't do that for everything. For like maximum 2 to 3 questions or 1 to 2 questions from each chapter of auditing or law, the things that is very difficult for you to remember. Remember, it's very hard for you to remember. Practically, you don't even know the meaning of the thing, but you have to remember some definitions or something. Write it down on the board, and every day when you're walking around, just go to the board and just ironing. Ironing technique, I've uploaded a video about the ironing technique in my channel. Go and check it out because that is very helpful for revising audit. That is one thing, and use that ironing technique in the board as well. Whenever you're going, just glance it through and go. And like 5-10 times you do it, and immediately that is in your head. Because the thing, I'll tell you how this works. This is a very big mental game there. I'll tell you how it works. Then next, that is board revision. And formulas also, like equations, because there are a lot of equations in FM, costing also, you may forget, like standard costing there. I personally used in my CA inter time and CA final when SCMP was there, standard costing equations are very hard for me to remember. I mean, the small board, the big board that I told, the half portion was completely standard costing equations. I just go and recall, get it done. This is not recall, just iron and get it done. This is how I used to do it. All the things that is very difficult for you to remember. Don't write everything. The toughest things, write it on the board. And then next is sticky revision. And there is a combination of all these 4 that I'm coming to tell you. Don't skip the video. That is what I've kept here. Why I've suggested these 4 techniques. You have to use these 4 techniques, not 1 or 2. There is an importance for that. That is what I'm going to cover. Just let me drink a bit of water. Excuse me. And that is what I'm going to cover here. So the next is sticky revision. You buy the sticky notes. And for students, if you can, if you're in CA inter or final, I think investing around like 1,000 rupees on a whiteboard is a good decision. If you have the money, do that. If you don't have the money or time till the examination, then use white papers or chart papers and write things in the chart paper and stick into your wall. We can repaint it after that, no problem. Or just like use a sellotape or something. Yeah, that's it. Then the next is sticky revision. Sticky revision means small sticky notes that you would get whenever you commit a mistake or something. Like other than the, we have a mistake register. Sticky notes is not for the mistakes that we commit. Sticky notes is for the small theory, just like whatever you have written in the board. For some other chapters, use sticky notes. I'll tell you why you have to don't write everything on the board, or there is a reason for that. So some other chapters for audit, for example, if you're taking audit in board, just take 2 subjects in board, maximum 2 subjects. For example, audit and costing. These are the 2 subjects that you are using board. One for equations and the rest of the half part for auditing on low tough questions. But for the sticky notes, use it for other subject, other practical subject like SM. You can, or law, you can use the sticky notes, and whatever is the toughest thing for you to remember, write that small, in a very small handwriting in the sticky note, and like mnemonics of your question, or if you don't recall the question, write the question and write the mnemonic just like that and stick it somewhere around your room. It has to be different places. I'll tell you, there is an importance, there is a very big importance for doing this for, I'll tell you that. So now we have, all the mistakes that we commit is in our mistake register. Mainly practical subjects is what you need to use mistake register. Don't use it for the theoretical subjects. Practical subjects, DT, IDT, costing and accounts. These are FM. You can use this mistake register for that. And for theoretical subjects, use board, and equations also use board and sticky notes. There's a 3. Then the next is phone picture. Phone picture, I'll tell you why we use this phone picture. And I'll also tell you how to use this board revision and phone picture in the 1.5 day before the exam. That is a very important topic. I'll tell you that. So phone picture means if there is a practical problem for you. For example, it's accounts. Accounts, if you're doing, there is an amalgamation problem or like 2-3 pages, like very big problem. It is very hard for you to remember. And this is a last minute technique that I'm telling you. Don't use it like every time. If there is something which you don't understand the concept, or if there is some practical problem which you cannot understand the steps, or which you cannot recall the steps in order. There are a lot of practical questions which you find complex, right? For example, in costing or in amalgamation questions in accounts, partnership accounts, costing. So all these problems are like practical 3, 4, 5 pages problem are there, and there are tough problems. So maximum 1 problem per chapter. This is what I'm saying, 1 to 2 problems per chapter maximum. If you're unable to recall or get that, take photo of that. Like just like you keep your textbook here, first page photo, second page photo, third page photo, fourth page photo, and just take it and add to a album file, like accounts album file. You have all the tough questions of accounts photographed, and whenever you are using your mobile phone in your breaks or even having lunch, just take and go through these questions. And this ironing happens. Your mind will start recalling, because accounts you studied for 10 days, and next 10 days you may be studying auditing. You may completely forget accounts in that 10 days. So all the tough problems which are difficult for you to remember, we have clicked the photos. So we can go through that and just recall that. So whenever you take accounts back after 10 days, you will have a memory for you. So this is another technique, phone picture. And you can use it also for theory questions if it's very hard for something, but mostly I would suggest it for practical questions. Don't use everything for every subject. These are the 4 techniques that I'm giving. Mistake register, pakka for practical subjects. Board revision and sticky revision, purely only for theoretical subjects plus equations, and phone picture for practical problems, the entire problem, to understand the problem step, everything, just you have it in the photo, just you can go through and this. So these are the 4 things. And now I'll tell you how it works. How it is a combination of these 4 is what we have to use, not one note, because CA, inter or final, both this thing are like very big. So if you use one technique, mistake register only for everything. In one book you are writing the mistakes, and the other page you are writing whatever is the equations, and the other page you are writing the complicated like phone pictures, stuff like something. Then it's in one book. We all have the picture memory, pictographic memory is there in our brain. We have like 2 memory. We can remember one thing based on incidents or story or mnemonic. That is one method, and the other method is pictographic. We have to have a combination of these 2. Please check all the videos that I've uploaded in this channel, because that will be definitely helpful for you, and you will get a better understanding of what I'm saying here. So, and 100% that will help you, because 5 to 10 minutes on a video can save you 10 to 20 marks, or it may help you to pass the attempt. Different technique for each chapter. Don't use one technique for everything. If the subject is audit, you have to have certain things written on the board. So when that question comes in the examination, you recall and you have it in the board. That is one thing. And in audit, you also have to write something like in the sticky paper or something. So if that question comes in the exam, your mind will go to the sticky paper. So we have written different things in different places. So our mind stores it in different areas. So it will be very easy for us to recall. It will get into your memory fastly. If rather than studying everything from one book, you store it like different places in your mind. One in a book, one in a wall, one in a board, one in a phone. And same, I mean, different questions. When you're writing the examination, when the question comes, this is one question that I've clicked in the phone. So your memory will go to pictographic memory, will go to that font picture what you've taken. And if audit question comes, this is something that I've written in the board. Your pictographic memory will go to the board. And this is something that I've written in a sticky note. Your pictographic memory will go to that sticky note. That is how it works. Different techniques for different chapters. Hope you are definitely liking this video. Give it video a thumbs up. And one thing I have to tell you guys, you have got a lot of techniques. If you are a really good friend, just share it with your friends as well, because that is what we call pure friendship, and that is how friendships and support works in the CA examination. Don't keep things for yourself. Just share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel, because I support you and you support me back. That's how it works. So let's move. So these are the 4 techniques that I have given to you. Hope you like the video. I am 120% sure that you will like this video, because I'm putting so much effort onto this, like recording, taking 2-3 hours each and every single day, and doing this just for you to pass your examination. So that's it. And there is one last motivation that I can give to you for all the students who are like feeling numb, like feeling anxiety, feeling of giving up. Just, I have uploaded one short video on my channel regarding my result reaction. When I cleared my CA, I had certain failures in my past. I bounced back from all that and I cleared my CA final. And there was a manifestation that I've used, that I wanted to show it to I want to surprise my mom that I have cleared CA. I've uploaded that video on the short video. Just go and take a look to it, and that itself will motivate you, because that is a spirit that we need to have. And there is one more video about the obsessive mentality that we need to have to clear CA rather than following the timetable. That's the previous video before this. So just go and check that out. So I've got to tell you this. You've got like very less days for your examination. Always remember, when you're feeling to give up, when you're feeling like giving up, always remember it's just like a marathon. You have been jogging till now, and now it's the last lap. This is where you have to push hard and get it damn done. This is the time that will show who you are. This is the time that shows the courage and the perseverance and the willpower inside you. So this time, instead of giving up, always think this is the last lap of the marathon and I can change things here. Always remember, it's not about how you start. It's always about how you finish it. Because I've already said in one of my videos, the first video that I've uploaded, Usain Bolt, in the first 50 meters of the race, he is just like everyone. And it's in the last 30 meters or 40 meters, he sprints up. That is where you have to show up. These are the last days, and this is the days that you have to show up. And if you want me to make a video on anything that is affecting your mind regarding examination, write it down in the comment box and I'll get it done. So if you like these 4 techniques that I've told you, then just write something in the comment box showing your love, because that is how I'll know that you guys love this video. It's all about the obsessive mindset. I've told you, when the result day comes, it's either a regret or greatness. And I want you guys to greatness. The future you is looking at you to study right now. So if you study, in the future you will be thanking you. That when the result comes, you will be in the greatness. So always remember that. So get it done. Have the obsessive mindset. Get it done. And I want you guys to comment it down in the comment box that I'll clear the next attempt with like exemption or something, that whatever you are targeting to. So that's it, guys. Happy learning from my side. See you tomorrow with another video. And don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. So that's it. Happy learning from my side. Bye-bye.